it is. Hey, DJ, you're going to have to cut out the first 15, 16, 17. I'm going to keep counting.
Yeah, just 30 seconds.
Yeah, all right. We're going to start in 3, 2. Hey, guys, it's the Cleric here with the Wolfman today. We're going to be playing some 95 points of Team Yankee. I'm going to show you guys the board real quick. Guildmaster did another amazing job with setting the railhead up for us. Going to be a real interesting one. I'm playing my Soviets today with a little twist. I'm going to be coming down out of Georgia, and we're actually going to be facing off against the Wolfman's Israelis today.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go over my list real quick, and then I'll pass it over to him, and then he'll go over his. I do want to give a shout out, though. The only models in my whole army that aren't painted anymore, the Carnations.
I wondered why there was a box of them in the trash.
I stopped by Toy Soldier Gallery on the way over today and picked up the 2 boxes I needed. So now we're good to go on those. The other ones you guys kept seeing, the proxies, those are for the Syrians. So we're going to make sure that we keep them separate. So today, coming out of Georgia, attacking down into the Middle East, we have the 803rd Wheeled Assault Battalion, supported by some Hinds. I've got a BTR-60 rifle battalion with the middle of the road pack, so that's the 2 8-man BTR-60 squads. That gives me the PKMs in each squad. It's 7 stands with 6 RPGs coming at you. I didn't upgrade them. I don't like the shorter range. With that attached, we have some Shilkas, only 2 little spandrels today, so you'll be safe. I've got with that BTR, or not BTR, BMP2 recon section, 4 stand of my Gaskins. Attached to them are regular T-80s. I accidentally picked up the wrong card. I have the shot card with me, so you're going to have to remind me. Outside of that formation, I've got another stand of BMP2 scouts. Like I said, I've got that Hind Assault platoon with them. That's a 4x4 stand. Then hiding in the back there, I've got another 2 stand of Gaskins, the BMP-1 Observer, and a set of Hales, as always. So we're going to go over to Wolfman so he can do his list.
Oh, yeah. So, same as last time you guys have seen, I got the Combined Arms Israeli list. We got the full mech company, or not full, but we got the mech company with the smallest size grouping. So we got 3 vehicles each one upgraded to the Namgasho, which is represented by the Namer here. The 3 Merkavas are in the main platoon, so we got the 3 Mark IIIs. Then we have 3 125 mortars, or the 81 millimeter mortar 113s here, as well as 2 of the one M150 anti-tank platoons with the tow launchers. Of course, I couldn't find a model for them, so that's why they're the M901 ITOs. Next up, we got the M109 artilleries. No special munitions for Israeli, so that's kind of unfortunate. You got the 113 OP, the Paray anti-tanks, just the base one, no tandem warhead or anything. It's kind of pretty useless, at least in my opinion, with its AT it has already. There's not many things that are going to stop it either way with ERA, so... Then we got 2 of the Magoks, the base ones, no blazer armor or anything. 2 Skyhawks represented by the F-16s there, and then 2 of the Chaparrals. So that's my list, same as last time. Got the FN mags with the infantry, the RPGs, the mortars, and all that. So.
All right, man. Let's get some good games in today. Let's go ahead and. All right, guys, here we are. We're all set up for round 1. We rolled dogfight for today, and I chose this side over here. I'm going to go over my list before I give it to the Wolfman. I had 3 minefields set up, so I kind of did my engineer thing and did a little area denial. I've got my scout BMPs over here. I've got my Gaskins sitting here, ready for some air to come rolling in eventually. That big old pack of new Carnations I got from Toy Soldier Gallery, hiding in the wood line as always. Got some infantry in the BTR-60s for now, honestly, trying to give them a little bit more protection. Command stand hiding in his BTR-60. Coming up, I've got my 2 little spandrels sitting there hiding. Shilka's hiding in the back over here. My lonely BMP-10P, just hiding out with a nice little view of the battlefield. Then we've got my little stand of gaskins sitting here, protecting my hails from the aircraft. We've got that big infantry stand hiding here in the building, and they're in foxholes to start. Their empty BTR-60s are here, looking to cause a little bit of backfield havoc. Because of this one having delayed scattered reserves, one of my favorites, had to keep my T-80s in reserve. They're my go-to in reserve anyway, because they're 4-up armor. I also decided to keep my Hinds in reserve with their infantry. And then as an ambush, I have my BMP-2 scouts ready to go as well. I'm gonna take it over to the Wolfman. He's gonna go over his deployment.
All right, so beginning off, I tried to stay away from the minefields, of course, as well as some of the artillery, kind of move around. That way I'm not hit right off if I have guys sitting there, and then I could kind of get fatal funneled my own way over because of the minefields, but it's fine. The Namgashos, which are the Namares here, is just gonna be up in the middle here. Got the Merkavas. They don't really got to hide. They got 23 front, so I don't even think the Spandrels can really hurt them if they hit them. So just what, Spandrel 21, so yeah, it'll just bounce.
My helicopters.
Yeah, the helicopters probably the only things I can really worry about. Just try to hide everything else that would be kind of targetable, that would really hurt anything. So Magoks and everything are kind of hidden a little bit, but they'll be able to get shots off on some stuff. Artillery, of course, AA and all that. The OP kind of stayed back here hiding, but he'll still get good sight line down the main stretch, so won't have to worry too much about that. The M150s are in the woods for now. They're gonna move up here in a second, but yeah, everything's kind of placed. I had to place the mortars a little bit farther forward since they don't have quite the range that everything else does. I believe it's only 48 inch. No, it's 56, so they'll be able to reach the whole table for here now. But yeah, I guess we're gonna get on to Israeli turn 1 because attacker gets first turn.
Yep.
I have to roll off for my aircraft, even though I really don't want them coming in.
Oh, I want them coming in. All right, man. Good luck to you. Let's go. All right, guys. Here we are. Bottom of turn 1. Wolfman, since he went first, is gonna go over what he did and how he destroyed me a little bit. And
yeah,
I'll go over mine.
I popped quite a few vehicles. Starting off, I started moving up the mares. Kind of had to do a cross check to get across. Did that, managed to move them forward a little bit. Kind of still would be in the salvo template, but it was fine. The other ones moved across, trying to head that way towards the objectives. Merkavas hopped across the rail line and set up a nice firing line to get down on the spandrels and everything over here, which they did pop one of them and bailed the other one, and then I cleaned it up with the artillery barrage, luckily. Didn't kill any of the BTRs that were there with it, but it was fine. One BTR was killed by a Magok round firing across from over there. We managed to fire off some of the 40s and 50 cals into these. Didn't really do anything. Mortars actually managed to kill what? It was one RPG from this group?
Yeah, one RPG.
Yeah, one RPG from this group. Oh no, it was...
Yeah, that's what I got over.
Yeah, that's right. I failed the firepower on the one.
Yep.
The Perez fired over here and took out one of the, I believe those are Gaskins, right?
Yep, Gaskins.
I always want to call them Strellis because that's the missile launcher on them.
Yep.
But yeah, mortars did their job. Everyone moved up a little bit, took out some of the major vehicles that would cause me headaches. Definitely wanted to take out those spandrels though. I was worried about my Namgashos technically, but they were fine. His BMPs,
You want to finish up yours?
Yeah, I think that's all on mine. These guys moved up. That was about it.
Airplanes did the DJ funk.
Airplanes came back in, kind of just hung out. So that was about it. Here's on to his turn.
Yep.
I almost did his turn on accident.
Oh, it's good. Hey, the best way to deny aircraft is to just not let them do their thing. So we'll go with that. So my turn, not a whole lot went on. I didn't do anything at all. Like, look, all this stuff's still good. I tried to rearrange in my carnations. They didn't do anything. Infantry, I got them out. Going to sweep them into this building over here. Now that I know which way he's going to push. Move my Gaskins around, just kind of moving stuff. My ambushers, I did choose my BMP 2s because of those beautiful missiles. Shot all the way through all of this to try to hit that, and all I did was
Cod armor.
Yeah, cod armor. My BTRs, on the other hand, we did kind of push out a little bit. It looks cool, doesn't it? Shot a bunch of shots up here at his toes. Only bailed one. Like I said, pretty unproductive for the Soviets turn one. My one guy did stay on a 5, so we got that going for us. Other than that, we'll be back after turn 2.
Okay, guys, so that was the end of Israeli turn 2. We're actually doing it in the right order this time. So we pushed up with the Numaires with the infantry. Green team piled out, took out two of the BTRs. Or, no, it was 3.
Yeah.
3 of the BTRs. Then the M150s fired one of their rockets, taking out one of the remaining ones that was bailed out. Merkava scooted over, fired down range at the BMP-2s, took out 2 of them. The other Numaires fired their machine guns and grenade launchers at the infantry, taking out 2 infantry stands and an RPG. So that was nice. Mortars repeat bombarded into the building. I believe they didn't kill anybody, or they might have killed. No, they didn't kill anybody. The 109s fired into the building, killing. They killed an infantry base and an RPG. The Perez fired, taking out both Shilkas over there behind the train tower. Magok's fired and didn't do anything to the infantry. So planes came in again. I'm not going to do anything until anti-air's kind of a little whittled away more. So we're hoping that guy leaves this turn. Then I can fire the Perez at them last 4 and hopefully crush them, and then I'll have air superiority and not really have to worry about incoming rounds. So,
yep.
But yeah, that is Israeli turn 2. Moving on to Jordanian turn 2 as well. So
let's see if I get reserves here before he passes it over. I don't. Okay.
No, they wouldn't come in until turn 3.
My bad.
So
sorry, I'm ahead of myself.
Anyway.
Yep, good. That was a practice roll, guys. All right, guys, here we are, the bottom of turn 2. Don't worry, I'll roll for my reserves next turn the right way. So all I did was I rearranged into my A battery. He managed to bounce it. Then we come over here. I just moved my guys out, got these guys into cover. Commander got out of his BTR 60 so that he's 6 inches from both units. They failed to unpin. My Hales failed to range in. Over here, my BTR 60s that are left, a couple that are in that building complex, they managed to fire and knock out his 1 Dragon team. Other than that, it was pretty much nothing for the Soviets. I really need to roll a 5 and either get my helicopters or my T-80s. In all honesty, it'll probably be my helicopters for this little spot over here. So we'll be back with Wolfman whenever we're on to his turn 3.
Okay, guys, we have Israeli end of turn 3. We didn't get the aircraft coming in, unfortunately, which it's fine. I didn't really expect them to really do anything, but I did take out another Strela, or they're not Strelas, Gaskins, and then I bailed one of them with the Perez. The Mares moved up, machine gunned the crap out of the infantry here, so we have pretty much killed almost all of them. We got a couple left. We got 3 infantry bases and 3 RPGs. RPGs can't really do anything to the Mares with 16 against heat rounds, so that's good. Infantry tried to assault the last vehicle. Of course, an RPG shot him in the face and killed him somehow. But that's fine. Merkava,
I gotta have a little bit of win once in a while with the way this game's going.
Yeah, I know. Merkava's fired into the infantry, missed all of their shots somehow. The other Namares fired in, killed nothing. Mortars killed nothing but pinned, and then the 109s are what killed the PKM and a couple other infantry. Yeah, as I said, Perez took out the Strelas. I'm going to keep calling them Strelas now, even though they're Gaskins. It's a launcher. I know what it is.
It's okay. It's okay, Samurai. It's a BIM.
Yeah, it's a BIM. M150 shot one of the BTRs that was just outside of 8. The RPGs took out the other one, so.
We're going to hear all kinds of hell.
Oh,
for
yeah,
that.
for sure. For sure.
We don't bring his name up.
Don't dishonor the samurai.
Where's my royalty check?
But yeah, so that was Israeli turn 3 going on to Jordanian turn 3. They get their reserves coming in,
Yeah,
possibly.
let's see here. Come on
He
now,
has to
this
roll-
time for real, right?
gotta
Oh,
roll a
God,
5.
that dice.
Oh, yeah.
3 times in a row that crooked SCG dice rolled 1.
Yeah, gotta roll a 5.
Come on, give me that
so-
5. Give me that 5.
No,
Oh, okay.
no
all right,
support.
still
so-
early.
And then you'll have to do the bail back in
Yeah,
and
yeah,
opening and
we'll do all
everything
that
here in a
here.
minute. So, yep, on to Jordanian turn 3.
Here we are, bottom of turn 3. Didn't really get a whole lot of what I wanted. All I did was move my stuff out. My infantry didn't even unpin. My one guy did get back in. My A or B battery with the hails, it failed to range in. That good old 6. That is one thing. For artillery, can we please have some Soviet love with a better skill for just artillery?
You are Jordanian.
So then that was pretty much all I did. Oh, the A battery, my Carnations did range in, and all I did was manage to pin the infantry, but they're Israelis, so that'll be that.
Yeah, we're rolling a 3 on 2 dice to
Yeah,
get it, so.
yep, going back over to the Israelis. Let's see if I can hold out.
Okay, here you guys go.
Okay, so it's the end of Israeli turn 4. It's also the end of the game. The Israelis advance forward onto the objective. After he pulled his infantry into that building last turn, they were all primed for the shooting of all of my guns. I fired every weapon that it was possible and proceeded
Every single weapon.
every single weapon and proceeded to kill all but 2 of the infantry, the last RPGs. But with a broken squad, you cannot hold an objective, and my dudes are sitting on top of it, and
Yep.
to win, I had to end my turn holding an objective, which I did, making it Israeli win on end of or top of turn 4.
Top
So
of 4. Couldn't even get to the bottom of it.
absolutely.
That's
But-
the game, man. That was a good one.
The Israelis are great. The Namgashos can absorb a ton of punishment. So I guess the Namirs, if anyone's confused, they with that 13 base armor and then 16 against heat, they just tank RPG rounds like no tomorrow. Then that 40 mil, all those weapons that they have for defense, the 50 cal, the 40 mil, the 2 7.62s, they just tear infantry to pieces when they start hitting them. You get 12 shots if you move with the Namgashos from the 40 mil. You need 6s for firepower, but you're rolling 12 dice each time, so it does whittle away the enemy. So, but yeah, turn 4 Israeli win. So that's
Yeah,
that.
that was good. There was nothing really more I could have done without getting my reserves or anything.
Yeah,
in. Just
without any real fire support from tanks,
Yeah.
seeing how all the spandrels, and then the BMPs have failed to blitz every turn,
well, I mean, all they have is that missile. So like, all I was trying to do was blitz out.
and at least hit the
So
side
that-
of something.
Yeah, but it was too late by that time anyway. So
Yeah.
no, that was a good one. Just whittled me down and kept pushing forward, man. Good game.
For sure.
I think the only thing that would probably give these Israelis a hard time, we have a bunch of Leo 1s. Because
Yeah.
then you have enough meaningful shots, you could probably pop the knives, horns, whatever you want to call it, transports.
Yeah, the Namgashos,
Yeah.
Namgashots or
Well,
whatever.
actually, they'd still need to. Oh, they'd still be able to take a shot to the front.
Because it's
Yeah,
what?
they're
What's
tankers,
the
Yeah, they're heavy.
yeah. But yeah, 13 front armor, 16 against heat.
I think that's the new boogeyman. Was that right there?
Yeah, that's nice, man. That was good to face that.
Yeah,
Like,
1 point per vehicle's definitely a little expensive in the long haul. It does feel different
that's
than
nothing though.
Hey,
Yeah.
ask the British player how 1 point per model for armor feels.
yeah, it does feel
I have like 2 units that are like that thing.
yeah, it
We
does.
got the whole crew of us out today, guys.
It definitely feels weird having so much fewer vehicles compared to my American list. But I pretty much made an Israeli version of my American list, so. But the
Well,
planes
like-
didn't get to come in or anything and
Well, unlike
actually do
a
anything. So.
113 or even a Bradley, those can actually take damage.
Yeah, these just tank shots all day long.
Yeah, that
But,
was a good one, man.
Yeah, everyone says a Marauder 2 is the boogeyman. Nah, that's them guys because they have they're good enough to assault.
And those 40 mic.
Oh,
just no.
40s
man, that ain't
rip
nice.
up infantry like no tomorrow.
Yeah, the firepower's a 6, but I mean, you're
But-
throwing how many shots?
12 a turn, 12 per fire
Then
on
again,
a,
if
on
you're
the
not-
move. It's 15 if you sit still
That's
and are
for
on
the
the.
3-pack fire.
That's for 3 of them. If you had all 4,
dirty.
20 shots on the standing and 16 on the move.
You have to blow them up.
Like, you
have to deal with them.
You gotta figure out how to. You gotta shoot RPGs and then charge them, and hopefully you've bailed them by that point.
Even RPG though, man. Like
It's 1. I have to roll a 1
that's what I'm
to
saying.
equal.
You have to hit him with like real tanks.
Let's see if I would have gotten a reserve, if I would have been able to hold that, because.
That's a 3 and a 3, so
No.
that's a 1.
But the helicopters, I was just gonna land them here. Because like your choices were, you're gonna move which of your artillery stands to get me back up in the air.
I'm.
Because
As
otherwise,
DJ has learned in the last one, if my backfield gets attacked and it's my artillery versus my advance, I'm just going to ignore my artillery and let them die. In real life, you shouldn't do that. That's a terrible idea.
Well, the other
in
part
game, it's not going to.
Whenever I was able to attack your backfield, the game was already decided.
Yeah.
So like early, though,
It would be the same with this one
If you do it early, yeah.
Because last turn he didn't get any in, and if he would have got it in this turn and I hadn't taken the objective, I wouldn't have cared. I'm still going to push my infantry up in my vehicles and just push him off the point. Because red team came over to support after, because I figured that front, there's an entire squad, an entire platoon of infantry versus 6 guys. Like, So,
all right.
Yep,
Me and Bucky's
here's,
going to get a game, and we're going to try to get it recorded too.
But here's
think
this so you can do your endings.
All right, guys. That was a good game, very good conclusion. Israelis are running amok right now amongst a lot of places we hear.
yeah, I thought I was gonna actually be able to slow him down and throw some punches, but nope, he didn't even slow down.
So,
I feel like Israelis, with at least the Merkavas, like move up, stop, fire out your rounds, take out a bunch of vehicles, advance. It's all bounding advance with them.
we'll see how that happens. Those two logs are playing some pretty unique lists. So me and me and the Kilt's gonna get a game in. What's going on, buddy?
Hello.
All right, guys. That was that battle report. Next one you can see will be me and the Kilt. Remember, guys, always seize the objective.